Queensbridge housing is the largest housing development in the entire United States.
By a long shot. It's around 3,100 apartments, between 6,000 and 7,000 official residents, which makes it in many ways larger than a lot of towns in the United States.
Queensbridge housing is this microcosm of diversity. You have all these people from different cultures and religions and ethnicities all coexisting, and they have to find a way to navigate that.
Queensbridge houses, like any other project, is making the most out of the least.
It's affordable housing for low-income New Yorkers.
Queensbridge, what can I tell you about Queensbridge? I tell you, I love Queensbridge. There's no place like it.
I've lived in Queensbridge for about 48, 49 years.
I was born in my parents' bed in 1962. I'm the youngest of 7.
My mother grew up over here with my father.
I've been living in Queensbridge houses for the last 57 years. I think my mother was basically one of the first Black African-American families that moved into the projects.
This project is about dispelling stereotypes. And what is this place really like, to try to dispel a lot of the myths.
For this project, what we're looking to do is give a voice to people who were not asked about their experiences here at Queensbridge before.
We're taking the oral histories of residents of the housing complex so we can have perspective that we feel is historically relevant and an untold story to the housing experience.
By having the students work with the residents on these kinds of oral history projects, they have the opportunity to confront their own sort of prejudice about public housing, but also in the kind of materials they create, they show that other side of public housing.
The way the media presents things is just this blanket sort of statement or this one representation, and that's just not the case at all.
Reading history, there's always an element of bias. When you have a chance to actually sit down and talk to somebody in person and ask them their take on history and their experience with it, it is a completely different side of the story, as it were.
People know a lot about a certain dimension of public housing in Queensbridge, but there's much less about what it means to live in public housing and the value that people find in it.
Ahora que estoy aquí en housing, en el Senior Center, tengo más amistades, tengo más roce social, no me siento solo. Hay muchos programas que le ayudan a uno envejeciente. Hice un curso también para controlar mi diabetes. Es una sala del cielo aquí para mí. Vivo bien agradecido primero a Dios y aquí este lugar y la gente como me trata. Sí.
I love my senior center. We have computer and arts classes. We do in the summer swimming. So we have a lot of programs here that I'm involved with now. I love every minute of it.
It's a place to go, and I think it's the best center that I've been into.
Hace mucha actividad, bailamos, hacemos ejercicio los martes, los jueves y hoy lunes vienen unas muchachas que desde que llegan, Marita, y yo me siento muy bien y haber llegado aquí, yo no me llevo ningún espejo de aquí malo.
Here I go trying to learn something new, the computer and the iPad. I have a class this afternoon at 1 o'clock. Yeah. And I don't know anything, but it's fun.
So it was really interesting because I feel like the project really brought to light the more positive aspects of Queensbridge and public housing. I've lived most of my life in the projects. I was even able to change my own perception on public housing.
The perception is way too negative. The reality is these people have normal lives. I don't think that perception exists. People seem to be much more interested in demonizing the projects than they do like seeing the life that really exists there.
Queensbridge is home. That's first and foremost. You know, regardless of the title of being the president of the Tenant Association, Resident Association, I'm a resident first. This is home to me.
That was the greatest gift that God gave me, is the support that I had here. I had support like nobody else had. It's so much positive of Queensbridge. I just don't think 95% of the people understand what love is and what Queensbridge is about.
We have a family day that you bring all the different generations to the park. And all summer we have different things for the community, family days. We do performance for that day. We do franks, hot dogs, make the kids just have fun, music. We have games out there for them. We do a lot of things for them and try to keep our community as close-knit as we can as far as community.
This project is important because it gives the residents an opportunity to not only tell the story, but to cement their place in the history of this project.
Everybody here is a library. So when we pass, we have lost the library, and nobody is going to the library.
It doesn't matter where you live, it's how you live. It matters about the structure and the foundation that you get not just from your family, but from the people around you. And this is why I say this is like a village. When we are in need, when we are in dire straits, we come together. This is why I'm so glad that I'm a part of this, you know. I really am.